So ever since MatPat made the announcement that he was stepping away from YouTube, I've seen a lot of people asking the question, why all of these big content creators are all of a sudden stepping away from the platform. For those looking for a brief explanation, it has to do with the fact that some of these guys have been creating content for YouTube for a third of their lives, and the grind is something that they just can't really keep up with anymore. For the past 10 plus years for them, it's been all about work, work, work. And, they want to be able to experience life. They don't want to have to think about work all the time. That is the long and short of it. Any sort of nuance is entirely dependent on each individual creator, but that's the reality. I myself have been creating content for almost a decade. Ow. And take it from somebody who has 50K to his channel's name. To the younger members of Gen Z and Gen Alpha that aspire to be YouTubers, TikTokers, streamers, when they grow up after they get out of school, hello, I'm talking to you. Yeah, it's still a job. Not only is it a job, but it's a job that does not guarantee success or long-term stability. Think of it this way. When I was a kid, everybody wanted to be famous. Everybody wanted to be an actor, a singer, a musician. Everybody wanted to be the next big name that audiences were cheering for. And YouTube, TikTok, streaming, various online platforms, give a space for that to possibly happen. However, it is a heavily saturated market now. I'd be willing to say that the odds of anybody making it big on YouTube, TikTok, etc. are about the same as someone winning the lottery. The odds are that stacked against you. My own YouTube channel sat at like 150 to 200 subscribers for 5 years. 5 years before it started to actually grow. And that was only because I got into Has Been Hotel early on and that I got extremely lucky. And even then, it has taken another 3.5 years for my channel to reach 50K. And even then, this is not my full-time job. My full-time job is mucking out car washes third shift. For 6 months, I was able to do YouTube full-time, but then my viewer count started to go down, my ad revenue started to decrease, and I had to go back to work. And even then, for me, the grind does not stop. I am constantly thinking about ideas for videos. I am constantly thinking about how I'm going to word the script. I'm constantly thinking about how I'm going to make time to make said video. It never stops. And that's just the brainstorming aspect of what I do. That doesn't take into account the actual writing of the script. That doesn't take account into recording. That doesn't take into account editing or composing the video. There's a lot that goes into this. And I feel like that is something that the younger generation is not thinking about. And that doesn't even take into account other people. Having fans is incredible. My fans are amazing. I love how supportive and accepting that they are, no matter what I may decide to do with my accounts or my channel. But I have also dealt with a lot of hate and a lot of criticism. And if you're someone who cannot handle hate or criticism, you're not gonna make it, dude. And that is something that is important to recognize as a creator. The difference between hate and criticism. Criticism is what allows me to improve as a creator. It might hurt in the moment, but it allows me to improve. It's actual feedback. Hate is just someone who either doesn't understand what's going on or they've got too much time on their hands. All of this that I have mentioned is what the grind is all about. And for those who stick with it long term, they develop thick skin. They get used to it. However, when you've been at it for a third of your life, or more so in my case, you start to get tired of it. You start to realize the things that you are missing out on, and you long for that. And so I can understand why these content creators who have become big names on these platforms are now stepping away in order to just enjoy their lives. Like with every person that works a full-time job, these YouTubers want to have the ability to retire and to experience life. And I see no problem in that. And just speaking in terms of myself, the grind is not going to stop anytime soon. I just got myself onto a consistent upload schedule, and really nothing else is going on in my life. I love creating content, so I'll still be here. I'll still be on TikTok and YouTube, annoying the shit out of somebody, I'm sure. And there may come a day where I myself decide that I'm done with the grind and done creating content, or I might keep on creating content until I keel over and die. Who knows? But yeah, being a smaller creator that has been creating content for almost as long as some of these guys have, it's still a job, and it can take a toll on a person.